And on the shores of Lake Ontario, we have a beautiful sunny morning as we get ready for Senior Day here at the Turf. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kate Salamita alongside Natalie Barden. Natalie, Senior Day is always a special game for the seniors, and the Lakers are looking to close out their last home game strong.
Absolutely, Kate. Yeah, taking a look today, we have 5 seniors on this Oswego team. Obviously, a standout, Celia Wiley, who just scored her 100th goal in the Lakers' last game against Brockport. She is this team's top goal scorer, but we also have senior Shay McConnell, the 3rd most goal-scoring player on this team, graduating, celebrating Senior Day today. To round out this senior class, we've got Madison Davis, also the 4th most scoring player, Daisy Townsend, and Kiera McKercher. Big day for the seniors today. Beautiful day for it.
For sure.
Now let's move on. Look at the Cardinals, Kate. They are not having the same luck as the Lakers this season. They've dropped 4 of their last 5 contests. So, Kate, tell me, what do the Cardinals need to do in this game?
Yeah, so Plattsburgh is 1-4 in their SUNYACs with only 95 goals this season. Lindsay Galeka has 26 goals this season, and they actually lost against Oswego last season. In their past couple of games, they lost against Utica in overtime, and looking at their last 5 games versus their last game in Cortland, where they lost, they had 21 turnovers, only 14 shots on goals, and only 6 draw controls. Now, to turn that around here, obviously, coming off the draw is going to be crucial, especially with all these turnovers they've been having in their last games. Keeping that possession throughout the game is going to be crucial for them to make this a really competitive game, especially against this Laker team that has been super hot all season.
Absolutely, Kate.
As SUNYAC play winds down for both of these teams, we take a look at the current SUNYAC standings. And Natalie, a big game today for the Lakers. We are starting off on the draw circle. On the draw circle, we have Quirk and
Wiley with possession of that one.
Wiley takes it down the near side of the field. She gets caught on the head a little bit, and the whistle. Wiley over to Fierro. Fierro to Davis. Davis brings it behind the net and gives it over to Smith. Smith brings it around and passes it over to Lembo. Lembo to Wiley back up top. Quirk has it up top as they just pass it around the circle, looking to see if any cutters are going to happen and slow the ball down.
The Lakers are taking their time with this first play off the draw. They know there's no need to rush. They'll find their pocket.
Quirk brings it in, but loses it, passes it back out to Smith, and Smith takes it up top, gives it to Lembo. As he gets a hand on it as she clears it out, not too far from the goal, and Katie Fierro's all over that as the ball tries to get transitioned up the field, but just can't make it. Ground ball grabbed by Gilroy as she tries to get this transition up the field to give the Plattsburgh a chance to score, but it's quickly turned over. McConnell brings it down the field, tries to pass it off to McConnell for a quick stick, doesn't quite get it. As Nessie grabs it behind the net. Clears it out to Noah. Noah can't get a stick on it, and Lembo scoops it up. Once again, as we were saying, this Plattsburgh team had so much trouble with these turnovers already here in the first 2 minutes of this game. We're seeing so many turnovers already. Wiley takes a shot, and it goes just wide over the net, but Davis is there to back it up as she brings it back behind the net. Davis tries to push her way through traffic. And a whistle.
Already, first few seconds of this game, it's looking very physical. 2 teams both want to win, but we were starting to talk before about SUNYAC rankings.
Yeah, so SUNYAC's winding down for both these teams, and we're going to take a quick look at the SUNYAC standings, Natalie. A big game today for the Lakers. How important is it for the Lakers to win this game against Plattsburgh today?
This would be great for the Lakers. They're currently sitting at number 3 in the SUNYAC. If they can get up 1 or 2 to the first or the second spot, that means they'd have a bye in that first round of the SUNYACs. Oh, we've got a Laker breakaway.
Davis grabs that loose ground ball. She tries to almost put that in the bottom corner, but just goes a little bit wide of the goal, but they're there to back it up. Davis backs up her own ball. She gets ready to ping that behind the net, too. Fierro grabs it, brings it back up top to McConnell. McConnell. And they just get a little motion here, just passing this ball around the net, taking it nice and slow, just waiting for the moment, not rushing anything too much.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that knows how to score. They prove it every game. Senior Sela Wiley in possession of the ball just scored her 100th goal. They know there's no need to rush it. Get some movement. Quick turnover there.
Wiley tried to bring that back up top, but it got quickly intercepted. As Nash brings it down the field. Nash to Gazeka. Gazeka to McLaughlin. McLaughlin tries to get a shot on that, but it goes just wide of the net, but it's quickly backed up and brought back behind the cage. Garcia grabs it. Garcia tosses it to McLaughlin. Just another quick motion, just trying to get everyone in place.
Plattsburgh maybe creating their first chance of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Since they are having so many possession issues this season, it looks like, just from looking at their stats and how they played against Cortland, what's going to be crucial for them is when they do get the ball on offense to really take their time and seize the opportunity to get a shot on goal. And a beautiful save by Kamide as she gets a stick on that. And it's quickly scooped up by, it looks like McConnell. McConnell is racing down the field. She'll send that back over to Kamide. And Kamide will get ready to clear this ball out to give the Lakers a great offensive possession. And she clears that out to Erin Cody, and Erin Cody's going to bring that down the field. Crossing the midfield line, she's going to throw that over to McConnell on the far side. McConnell to Quirk, and Quirk brings it over to the offensive side. Beautiful transition, quick and seamless, and that's the way to do it and get everybody in position. And now they're just going to slow it down once again and do what they've been doing great all season, is just slowing the ball down, getting that motion in, and waiting for a great opportunity.
Yeah, making some movement. Ooh, stoppage. Never mind.
Ball gets turned over on a pass, and it's cleared out, but the ball pass for the clear goes high over the midfield line, and Russian has the ball, and she's going to give this right back to the offense. Right over to McKercher. She's going to give that over to McConnell. Sela Wiley has it back up top, and they're just going to do what they've been doing and slow that ball down and just pass it around the net, look for their cutters.
Already the Lakers are very dominant in this game. Yeah, work their magic, like you said. They've had possession pretty much since the draw. They're controlling the pace.
Wiley brings it in. She doesn't find a shot. Quickly gets it out. A beautiful cut and a beautiful quick stick from what it looked like Quirk to Davis. A beautiful shot. Right on the doorstep, right in front. Wide open stick and a quick goal for the Lakers, and they're on the board with 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the first period.
First goal of the game by senior Madison Davis on her senior day.
It was just classic textbook play. Look for that cutter. And that's what they've been doing all season. They've just been looking for those cutters, those quick sticks, and another beautiful goal. They've just been so dominant this season, and this game I feel like is really going to highlight that for them too.
Absolutely, yeah. Beautiful day for senior day. First goal scored by a senior. Got 5 seniors today. Sela Wiley, Shay McConnell, goal scorer Madison Davis, Kiara McKercher, and Daisy Townsend.
Back on the draw circle, we have Nash and Fierro, and the draw is up, and Davis snags that one out. Wiley snags that one out of the air as she brings it down the field. Wiley drives right to the net. Can't really find a lane, so brings it back out. Up to Quirk. In Plattsburgh's last 5 games, they fell short to New Paltz, losing 10 to 11. They also fell short to the Geneseo Knights, who have also been having an incredibly dominant season this year, losing 3-14, and obviously their good win over Utica, where they won in overtime, 13-12.
Still, though, Plattsburgh is sitting at 1-4 in the SUNYACs. They're currently ranked 8th. Win for them today could help bump them up a spot and possibly find a way to score a 6th place.
Looks like Wiley tried to get a shot on right before the whistle blow. I don't know if it was in time, though. It doesn't look like she's dropping her stick for the... Oh, she did drop her stick, and that is a goal. Right when the whistle blew, so she must have gotten that right before. Beautiful goal by Wiley. A nice little sidearm shot. Of course, Wiley has been dominant throughout her entire career here at Oswego, just scoring her 100th goal, as we said, and she's not slowing down anytime soon.
No, what a way to get that 100th goal right before senior day. It's coming into this game feeling good. And second goal of the day scored by another Lakers senior.
The draw again. The draw goes far out, but Wiley snags it, and she looks and she's bringing that down the field. Seal Wiley has been great on draws control today.
She is dominant off the draw.
Comes into the game. Once again, this Laker team is just going to do their motion, pass this ball around, and look for that open opportunity like they've done with their last goal. And just wait in those cutters.
This team is really great at controlling the pace, passing around, creating movement, waiting to find an opportunity to, drive to the goal, make something happen, some kind of offensive play, but at their own pace. They're controlling the movement on this offensive third of the field. Plattsburgh just has to do their best to kind of mirror what Oswego is doing and try to defend it.
Yeah, and another thing, too, that's great about this team is they're such great communicators. We can even hear it up in the booth, all the talking and all the communication that's going on with them right now. And a quick shot by Davis for her second goal of the game. She is on fire. 2 goals within just the first 15 minutes as there's 7 minutes left on the clock. And she is just not slowing down on her senior day, too. All 3 goals today have been put up by the Lakers seniors. Beautiful goal. And once again, that quick stick, looking for that right cutter and putting that goal right in the back of the net. Beautiful goal. Textbook play by the Lakers once again.
Yeah, a great start to senior day for the Lakers. 3 goals, all scored by seniors, Selah Wiley and Madison Davis. It's a great way to start this game.
Yeah, and as the teams look like they're looking to take a little bit of a timeout, Natalie, what do you think this Plattsburgh team is talking about in their huddle right now?
Hopefully they're talking about some defense, trying to just keep the Oswego Lakers at bay, keep them as much as they can out of the attacking third, but obviously it's going to be tough to do that. So when they're in the attacking third of the field, Plattsburgh just has to find a way to kind of keep them away from the goal as best they can, try to, win those turnovers and move it down to the Lakers side of things.
Definitely. And it's a beautiful day here at Oswego, too. Perfect day for their senior day game.
Beautiful.
The first nice day we've had for lacrosse, I feel like, in forever.
Finally.
So I'm sure the seniors are loving this weather. I'm sure the teams are loving not having to bundle up for once.
The sun is out for the seniors today, and the seniors are showing up for it. 3 goals, all scored by seniors. Only 7 minutes left in the first period. 7 minutes, 11 seconds. Already 3 goals, 3-0. Pretty great start to a senior day, if you ask me.
Definitely a great start to the senior day. And as the sticks go up in the huddles, it looks like these teams are going to head back to the field, and hopefully these Lakers can put up a few more goals.
All right, moving back to the field here.
Quirk will head back to the draw circle. She's been fantastic on the draws today. The Lakers have gotten ball control the last few possessions, and every time they've pretty much had the draw control, they've been putting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, right into their sticks.
Quirk takes a circle again, and it looks like, I believe Nash is back on the circle, yes. And McConnell grabs that one and brings it right over the midfield line and into the attacking zone. And she'll slow it down right away. Pass it over to Lembo. And as they bring it back behind the cage, once again, we're going to see this motion start once again. Back to the top.
Senior Shay McConnell, another one of the 5 Laker seniors today.
Freshman Noelle Smith tries to find a lane, but can't just quite find it yet. Lembo tried to make her way in there, but just couldn't quite get it. And they send it back up to the top. Wonderful save by Nessie, the Plattsburgh goalie. And Plattsburgh will take control as Gilroy brings that ball up the field. Tries to send it off for a transition, but Quirk intercepts that one, passes it right back to Davis, who's going to bring it down the right side of the field. Pardon, the left side of the field.
For
and
Plattsburgh.
Brings it right behind the goal. And once again, motion.
Those saves are huge for Plattsburgh in a game like this against such a dominant Lakers team. Every save is going to matter. Every save is going to count. They're such a goal-scoring, offensive-minded team. You just got to keep them out of the net as best you can if the Cardinals want to stand a chance against these Lakers.
Definitely. And here we go again with all the cutting, passing and cutting. I'm surprised that almost Plattsburgh wouldn't put a little bit more pressure on the offense, since they do tend to take their time with the motion and just really getting that ball under control. And Plattsburgh gains control again as they bring this ball up to their offensive side. McLaughlin has this, and she carries it up. McLaughlin passes it off to Kennedy. Kennedy to Dickinson as they start their motion. Gazeka, who is their lead scorer this season, has the ball at the top. She tries to find a lane. But Townsend is not going to allow her to get any further. And as they pass that behind the net, they're going to try to make something happen. Garcia tries to work her way in and roll the crease. Russians all over it, though. Kennedy brings it up to the top. As we can see, what I was kind of saying about Plattsburgh is how this Oswego defense is definitely putting more pressure and stepping outside that 8-meter a little bit more than Plattsburgh was. Plattsburgh is a little bit more reserved on their defensive side. And a bouncer gets past Kamine for Plattsburgh's first goal of the game. A quick little run-in. Just couldn't find that lane.
Sophomore Laker goalkeeper Sarah Kamide ranked number 15 in all of D3. But that goal there didn't look like she quite was ready for it, wasn't quite expecting it. I think it might have taken the Lakers by surprise there.
Yeah, those bounce shots are hard because you just never know where the ball is going to bounce, how high it's going to go. You kind of almost got to block it with your body more than your stick. So sometimes those balls, especially when that shot doesn't have a lot of power on it, it's just kind of a lucky goal.
Especially on turf, that ball can bounce anywhere. It's so unpredictable to see where it's going.
Definitely, but we see a little bit of a switch up on the draw circle as Wiley is now taking the draw against Nash. Getting set up. And the draw, there's a little bit of a toss-up in the middle. No stick has gotten it yet. And McConnell gains control as the whistle blows. It almost looks like that stick went towards the back of her head a little bit. That goal was scored by number 21, Kate Kennedy, for Plattsburgh.
The Lakers have some momentum here, Kate, but the Cardinals are trying to step in and, get something happening for themselves. What do you think the Lakers need to do to keep this going, keep this goal-scoring energy today?
I think they've had fantastic offense this entire season. I mean, the game numbers don't lie. They've been absolutely pretty much blowing out most of their teams this season. And they've been just doing exactly what they're going to do again. And here, Kate McNally tries to find a lane over to Wiley. And all these just quick sticks and quick passes and moving that ball quickly. But if it's not working, bring it back out and don't try to force anything. And that's exactly what they've been doing all season, and it's worked every single time. And here Wiley has a free position shot as she charges the net in the top left corner for her second goal of the game. Celia Wiley, once again, just an incredibly dominant player and a crucial member of this Oswego State Lakers team as she gets that free position shot. She makes it look so easy.
Yeah, senior Celia Wiley, big goal scorer, huge for the Lakers. It's going to be tough without her next season, but we still got her for now for the rest of the season. And that was another great goal for Celia on her senior day.
Julia Quirk comes back as she now takes the draw instead of Wiley. Nash is still on, and Oswego has been fantastic with their draw controls this game. And it clearly shows in the score, too, because it feels like almost every time when they get that draw control, they're quickly able to put it in the back of the net.
It's like clockwork. You're almost expecting the Lakers to just grab it out of the air every time off the draw. And they pretty much do.
And the draw is up. A little toss up in the middle.
I jinxed
as
it.
Plattsburgh gets control of that one. Erica Dickinson for Plattsburgh brings that behind the net and looks to set up something.
Wiley unassisted at 11-11.
She passes that up, and it looks like Plattsburgh might try to start a little bit of a motion. Caroline Noah tries to find a lane but isn't able to do so, and it looks like she'll step up to the 8-meter line to take a free possession shot. I think that was... She's on the center hash here as she faces off with Kamide. Beautiful defense as the sticks get up, block her stick from going down, and then a great save by Kamide. Lindsay Gazeka, their lead scorer for the game, tries to roll that around the crease. Daisy Townsend is not letting her get around, though, as they toss it back up to the top to reset. Wonderful defense. Great pressure, great sticks on that free possession shot, and the ball gets tossed up, and Sophie Rushing grabs it. Great defense and great stick skills as she kind of gets pushed around a little bit on trying to get that ball up the field, and then they pass it back to Townsend.
Big thing the Lakers are doing that the Plattsburgh Cardinals should be kind of taking note of. They're waiting, they're applying pressure, but they're not slipping up. They're waiting for Plattsburgh to slip up, and as soon as they do, they're on it. Turnover, but we're going back into the Lakers' defensive third.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up on that transition. And a loose ball gives Plattsburgh an opportunity to make something happen on the offensive end again as they bring this ball once again back up to the top of the 12 and pass it around. Back to the top, Nash has it. She's cradling and taking it. So Lane tries to take Quirk one-on-one. And she's going to head to the 8-meter line for her free position shot, as it looked like maybe Quirk got a little bit of a stick on her.
Quick break to tie the shoe.
Quick shoe tie break. And the 8-meter shot. Beautiful save by Kamide as she ripped that one from the 8-meter, but it's not phasing her. And Kara takes it up one hand cradle as she brings that up the midfield line. Over to Quirk. And Quirk brings that right over the offensive line as Nash tries to put some pressure on and get that back. And they're going to pass it right back to Davis behind the cage. Over to Smith. And set up this motion once again.
It's a familiar sight for any Laker fans. Lakers attacking in control of the ball, going at their own pace, trying to get some movement, create an opportunity.
Yes, and Quirk short six that one over to Lembo. And a whistle on the field as it looked like some sticks got caught up with each other. Plattsburgh gains control of the ball. Lembo's putting some pressure on this transition as the ball falls, but she's able to get it back.
Ooh, Plattsburgh misses that. That could hurt him.
Pass over to Gilroy, gets past her. And McConnell picks that up and brings it behind the cage. Passes it up to Katie Fierro.
An aggressive game on and off the field. We hear some very passionate fans on the sidelines.
Definitely a lot of Lakers coming to support other Lakers on their senior day. The ball is just getting passed around once again for this motion. Celia Wiley tries to find a lane, but it is blocked by the senior goalie, Nessie.
Little scramble.
Nessie steps out of her cage to get this in a short clear up to Gilroy, who seems to be her go-to girl on these clears. I feel like we've seen a lot of Gilroy on the clears.
Big risk to get it to her, stepping that far out, but it paid off. Oh, it certainly did with a Plattsburgh goal.
Right on the buzzer beater. It looked like Cynthia Barnotsky, right at the end of the first period, put that goal in the back of the net on a bouncer. At the end of the first period, the score is 4-2 Lakers on this beautiful sunny day here in Oswego. Natalie, what do you think we're going to see more of in the second period?
You know, I have to say, going into the second period, this is not quite the score that I expected. I expected maybe a little bit higher from the Lakers, a little bit lower from the Cardinals. But, you know, going into the second period, 4-2, I think we're going to continue to see this aggression that between the teams, they're both playing scrappy. They both want to win, and it shows. And I think that's great. That's probably going to continue into the second period. You know, that clearance from Plattsburgh all the way down from the goalie all the way to the score, that's the kind of thing that lacrosse coaches dream of. So I think if they can continue connections like that from end to end of the field, it's going to continue to be a very interesting game.
Definitely, and I also think something that we're going to see a little bit of too is more pressure on the goalie on these clears. From what we've been seeing so far, she's been clearing it a lot out to Lillian Gilroy. And they're normally short clears, and if they put some pressure on that goalie and some pressure on her, they're going to get those balls quickly overturned and back into their possession. As we've seen, they've been riding them up the field, putting that pressure on the transition, and this team hasn't been looking good with the pressure so far this game. And every time a little bit of pressure is put on that offense or defense up or down the field on the transitions, they've been overturning the balls, which is something that we saw with their Cortland game also with how many turnovers they've been having.
Absolutely.
And Oswego is definitely taking advantage of how many overturns they seem to have in their games. And by putting that pressure, they're going to get the ball back, and they're going to put it in the back of the net.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point. It's going to be huge for the Lakers to try to capitalize on those turnovers. If they can win those 50-50 balls, get them into the net, or at least make some offensive movement happening, keep the Cardinals away from their goal, then I think they should be in a good place.
Oh, thank you. We have somebody in the stands just came up to tell us how we were doing a great job on our commentating. So thank you so much.
Well,
we appreciate that. You know, we had to have the girls out here supporting the girls for senior day as we wrap up and head into the second period of this game.
That was so nice. All women's call for the women's senior day today. We had to. Looks like both teams are getting ready to start the second period, get back on the field.
And as the Lakers
are moving
her
out.
name is Marilee Crofts. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilee Crofts.
Thank you for your compliments. We appreciate it. Now that made my day, Natalie. And as the Lakers in Plattsburgh head back onto the field, we are going to get underway for the next 15 minutes of this second period.
You hear some fans, including
and some dogs.
Well, the dogs are fans, Kate. They're barking. They're excited.
They're cheering, too. It's such a beautiful day. You got to bring everyone out to the game.
Absolutely.
Doesn't get much better than this in Oswego. Beautiful sunny day.
Perfect lacrosse playing weather. Much better than
the rain and the snow they were all enduring a few weeks ago.
Jeez.
Quirks on the circle again against Nash, and the ball is up for the first draw control of the second game as Wiley snags it and heads down the field. The Lakers have switched sides for the second period, so the goalies have switched nets as Quirk brings it back up in the motion to McConnell. McConnell over to, looks like Fierro, and they bring it back around the net. Wiley has that on the back of the net, and she looks up for the cutter behind the cage over to McConnell, and McConnell tries to get it in the back of the net, but good defense by Plattsburgh as they stop it right there. But a beautiful look by Wiley to McConnell. Just a little bit unlucky there as Lamar brings that up the field. Lamar to Nash.
Quick transition by Plattsburgh.
Nash to Gazeka, and Gazeka's going to bring that around and almost maybe try to roll the crease. And a quick stick there by Gazeka to Nash as she hits it right in the top corner. Just a super quick pass from behind the crease, and just a good look right there.
Another Plattsburgh goal. I mean, going into this game, we talked about SUNYAC rankings. Oswego is 4-1 in the SUNYACs, and Plattsburgh is 1-4. I don't think this is the kind of game that anyone expected this close. 4-3 we're looking at right now. Plattsburgh only down by 1.
Yeah, it's definitely probably a little bit closer than we were expecting, but there is still so much time left in this game. And the way this Oswego team has been looking the past couple of games, this entire season actually, I don't think we should be too concerned yet.
No, game is absolutely not over by any means. Plenty of time. Lakers going to look to win this next draw.
As Quirk is back on the circle getting ready, and the ball goes up for the clear. And caught in between in a ground ball. Grabbed by Caroline Noah. She tries to get that. Great pressure, though, by Noelle Smith. And as I was saying before, the pressure on these transitions is huge. And as you can see almost there, she dropped the ball. She did regain it a little bit. Quick stick over. But the ball was dropped. Plattsburgh does gain possession back as they toss it behind the cage and looks to slow it down a little bit here.
Lakers settle in to defend. Keep Plattsburgh away from keeper Kamide.
Garcia tosses that up, so it's at the top of the 12 now. They're going to pass it and start to slow things down a little bit. Just really slowing it down. Great defensive pressure there by the Oswego defense. As Plattsburgh, this has probably been their longest ball possession so far of the game. They're really just slowing it down, waiting for their cutters.
They came into the second period looking to make more chances, and looks like that's what they're doing so far.
Noah tries to find a lane there, but this Laker defense is all over it, and a whistle blows. Wiley did not look happy about that. Maybe a little stick to body contact as she tried to work her way through. I think Wiley was almost looking for a charging call on that one, maybe, because it looked like she was trying to really work her way through. And another bouncer shot, but it goes over the net.
Like we talked about, these balls bouncing on turf, unpredictable. It can be difficult as a goalie to try to gauge where it's going. It can be difficult as a player to gauge where you want it if you're going for a bouncer. That one, bit wide over the net.
Kamai grabs that one and she steps at the net and starts walking up towards the 12, looking to clear this ball. She's taking her time too. She want to make sure she's gonna get a good clear on this.
Kamide creeping further and further.
This Plattsburgh defense is not going to go towards her though. She works around and she sends that wide, long, apologies, down to Erin Cody. And a little trip up there as Plattsburgh gains possession back. Lamar has it. Lamar tries to quickly. These short passes on the transition are really what's going to get them. What's not working for them right now.
Yeah, those short passes are dangerous. There's room for interception. Moving down the field here.
Yeah. Quirk passes that over to Wiley. Wiley brings that behind the net. Wiley's going to send that over to Lembo. Lembo's going to send that up top to Quirk. They're going to send it back behind to Davis and Smith as they set up behind the cage looking for possible cutters. Smith works around, sends it back to Davis behind the net.
Looks like the Lakers are setting up for a play, and we're in motion.
Well, Smith rips that, but unfortunately goes right into the chest of Leah Nessie.
Ouch.
As Leah Nessie clears that out to, it looks like Emma McLaughlin as she brings that down the field by herself. Apologies, that's Caroline Noah. And they're going to set up and start passing this around the 12.
So far in this second period, Cardinals are doing much better on possession than in that first period.
Looked like almost trying to get a pass to Bernowski for a quick stick goal there, but the pass goes way high. And Townsend grabs that. Lembo brings that, gains possession and brings that over to the Oswego offensive side and crosses the offensive line and passes it off to Wiley. Wiley tries to get that off to Davis. And a whistle blows, and Davis is going to bring that back to the goal line. And with the whistle, we will start play again. She passes that off to Smith. Smith up to Lembo. Davis, and they're just going to start this motion again and slow it down.
Lakers fanned out, maybe looking to get a play going. Taking their time, looking to create another opportunity.
Yes. So far, the Lakers have 9 shots on goals. Kamide has 4 saved. They have 9 ground balls. And Wiley makes her way through a traffic jam to put yet another goal in the back of the net, her 3rd of the game. She's on fire so far.
She's on fire. Senior day, and Wiley knows it, and she came to play. Wiley's 3rd goal of the game, coming off of scoring her 100th goal.
She gives the Lakers a little bit of extra cushion now, too.
Quick drive to the goal, over the goalie's head, into the back of the net.
Beautiful. She knows how to place that shot perfectly.
Absolutely. You can tell her years of experience now as a senior. She knows exactly what she's doing when she's driving to the net like she just was.
And especially on a game like this where it's getting really hot out, as the Lakers and Plattsburgh as well, who's even further up north, have been playing in the cold.
Especially on that turf.
Especially on the turf where it's hotter. Something to note, too, is the bench sizes for these teams. Plattsburgh's bench is notably smaller than the Lakers. So when it comes to this heat, players getting tired maybe a little bit faster. That's also going to be a big factor as we head into the final stretch of these last 2 periods.
Lakers have a bit of an advantage there. Deeper bench size, fresh legs as players get tired. Need a break from the heat, running around. Plattsburgh doesn't quite have that same opportunity.
So Lembo tries to spin around and make some moves. But the whistle blows as she's going to head out to the 8-meter line on the right side on the far right hash for her free position shot, and she gets low with the whistle, and she charges towards the net. Tries to get it, but isn't able to.
Lakers still keep possession.
Shea McConnell grabbed that to keep possession, though, and passes it back up to Wiley. Wiley's going to go. Bring it back up top for Quirk, and Quirk works her way in and rips that for the back of the net as the Lakers extend their lead.
Another
2 goals
pass.
in 2 minutes for the Lakers there.
The Lakers are coming back, and they're coming back on fire. They were not liking how close that game was. Got a quick drive from Kirk, a couple of passes. She saw a pocket, quick drive, and made it in the back of the net.
Leah Nestle huddles up her defense to give them a quick talk before everybody heads back to their respective positions on the field. Just giving them a little pep talk on what to look out for there. She looks like she's starting to get a little frustrated with the team right now.
2 goals in 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know if I'd be thrilled either if I were her.
And Quirk heads back to the center of the circle. Noelle Smith and Sela Wiley on either side. And the ball is up. Grabbed by Erica Dickinson as she brings it down to the Plattsburgh offensive side. And they will pass it around as Maddie Garcia looks to get a one-on-one with Russian, but she's not having any of it as they bring it back behind the net and send it back up top. Almost looks like a little bit of an ISO play here. They try to rip it. And a bouncer shot by Emma McLaughlin gets past Sarah Kamide. They keep going for these bouncer shots, it looks like. On the Oswego side, we've seen a lot of those top corner shots.
Yeah.
But over here, they're really working on those bouncers there. I feel like every shot we've seen has been a bouncer. And those shots are just hard to navigate on their own. You don't know how high they're going to bounce. You don't know exactly where they're going to bounce on the goal line.
Absolutely.
They're really, really tricky shots.
Plattsburgh in that last goal going 1v1 to goal and ripping a bouncer shot, like you said. It seems to be their strategy, and whether the goal goes in, whether it goes out, we're seeing it bounce, and looks to be getting them somewhere today. I mean, they just got another in the goal, bringing the score 6-4.
Yeah, when we've seen they've taken those like free position shots and tried to put it up top instead of down low, Kamide has been all over them. But those bouncer shots are, well, as I just keep saying, they're just hard to guess.
Goalkeeper Sarah Kamide, ranked number 15 in D3 among goalies. Sela Wiley in possession here.
And off the draw, Sela Wiley gets possession as she brings it down the field. Caroline Noah's trying to put some pressure on that. Wiley makes her way past her. Quick sticks it off to McConnell. McConnell's going to give it right back to Wiley. Wiley to Quirk at the top. Quirk to McNally. And McNally's just going to send that right back up to Wiley. Wiley flips it over to Quirk, and Quirk tries to find a lane and rips that.
Great effort by Quirk. Just a
Hard
bit shy.
shot.
Hard shot.
But it's saved by Nessie, and Nessie looks to clear that. Once again, these shorter clears. And a checked ball flies out of the stick, but is ultimately checked right back into the stick
Looking to
of
check.
Kate Kennedy as she comes down the field. But the Oswego defense is all over putting pressure on that transition as Erin Cody puts that into her stick and brings it all the way down the field onto the offensive side.
Cody speeding down the field on that transition.
She's going to pass it off to Wiley and head back onto defense. Great defense there. As I was saying, when they put the pressure on, the balls turn over for
Absolutely.
this Plattsburgh team. So this defense is doing it exactly right. Wiley at the top sends it over to McConnell. McConnell to Smith behind the cage. Davis cradles it as the team sets up a play and looks for something to happen. Davis over to Fierro. The ball goes just wide on the shot.
Another short clear.
Another short clear. And another thing to take into mind, too, is on these short clears, that just means you're making your team run
A lot more
lot
work.
more.
On a hot day like today when Plattsburgh doesn't have that many subs, especially compared to Oswego's bench, I think the later we get into this game, the more that's going to become a factor.
Yeah, and they slow this ball down here as they just pass it around the 12.
Plattsburgh
Slow
taking their
things
time
down.
around the 12 here.
Maybe it sounds like they're trying to call some plays.
Behind the net.
Bernoski tries to make something happen there, but isn't able to get past the defense. And a whistle on the call. Let's see. What's that was?
Lakers keep possession.
Sarah, senior Kiara is going to give that back to Kamide. As Kamide looks for the clear.
Kamide again venturing outside of the goalie crease, right at the top of the 12 here.
She hands that off to Russian. And Russian is racing her way down the field, working and weaving her way through the traffic there. What a run. And she's fast. Kate McNally over to Noelle Smith. Noelle Smith tries to make something happen, but the defense is just all over that one, and she brings it back out and sends it back up top. Smart move instead of worrying about taking that shot and worrying about losing possession there.
Absolutely. Great series of connections by the Lakers there to keep possession and, like we talked about before, cutting down on that sprinting time, make the ball do the work.
Exactly, as they send that back up to Sela Wiley at the top. Wiley to Davis, and Davis with a low shot, but it just goes right into the stick of Nessie. Great save there, but a great shot by Davis.
Davis tries to net her third senior day goal.
And the transition toss goes high, as it looks like Russian gets that and sends it back over to Kate McNally. Kate McNally, a dual athlete here at Oswego. Lacrosse added to her Oswego athletics career here, as she's also a fantastic field hockey player.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot of running. And as Lakers get back on the offensive side, they're going to slow this down and once again go back into the motion. Just passing the ball around the 12.
Senior Sela Wiley in control here.
She looks and she's going to bring this one behind the cage. Tries to almost roll the crease a little bit. And a backhand flip shot. Great awareness, though, trying to get her defender on the other side of her shoulder to create space. And McNally Tries to quick stick it to Davis for a quick shot. But Nessie gets a stick on it.
Goalkeeper Nessie's had some big saves for Plattsburgh today. And like we talked about earlier, in a game like this, those saves make such a difference. Every
8
save
saves
counts.
today
8 saves. Big
by
day.
Nessie, especially when this Oswego offense has been so dominant
Absolutely.
already.
Another Plattsburgh goal.
Cynthia Bronkowski finds the back of the net on that sidearm shot. Just a quick transition, quick to stick.
Let's take a
Great
look
shot.
at that goal again here. Around the back of the net, create a little distance from her defender and into the back of the net.
Yeah, their two lower offensive players have really been rolling the crease a lot and looking to score that way, because it looks like when they try to charge from up at the 12 or the 8, the Oswego defense is over that. But when you get more of that one-on-one, it's looking like that's when they're really taking that offensive opportunity to get some goals on the board.
Absolutely. They're starting to see what strategies are working for them, and I think rolling the crease today is a big one. It's proving to be successful. Score of 6-5 here in the second period with 2 minutes left.
Quirk for the Lakers is back on the circle against Erica Dickinson as Sela Wiley snags that for possession for the Lakers. Flips that up to McConnell. McConnell sends it up to the top of the 12 to, Quirk.
Wiley gestures to the ref. Looks like a little bit of a back check before, but no call.
Beautiful goal by Isabella Lembo as she brings it from the back of the cage, rolls her way around the crease, and just puts that on the top shelf as the Lakers extend their lead 7-5 with 1:43 left in the second period.
Junior Isabella Limbo moving around the crease, creating a little distance, sending it in.
She's so fast rolling that crease too, so those one-on-one battles for her.
Yeah, take 1v1, create a little distance as you roll around. That's key to success for the Lakers and the Cardinals today. Lakers increase their lead by 2. Good place to be as we start to head into halftime.
Quirk is back in the circle. Wiley and Smith, both ready. And the draw goes pretty much straight up, but Noelle Smith gets a stick on that as it's bounced off the stick of a Plattsburgh player. And a little bit of harsh contact there as she gets pushed around, working her way to the offensive side.
17 seconds of the second quarter.
She's
Lembo unassisted
the
at
ball
17.
behind the cage as the Lakers start up their motion again and slow this ball down with just over a minute left in the second period.
Lakers slowing it down, maybe looking to run out the clock before we head into halftime. We're taking it 1v1 here.
Lembo tries to roll that crease again. Stop there as it goes back up top to Wiley. Wiley looks to pick up the pace a little bit. She hands that off to Quirk. It's Kate McNally. Kate McNally tries to put that over her shoulder and bounce that in. Nessie stops that. Lembo, once again, with the speed coming around that crease, puts it right in the back of the net for her back-to-back goals. Once again, 2 goals in less than
maybe
2
about
minutes.
a minute. Same formula for Limbo there, taking it 1v1 unassisted, rolling that crease.
When she's got those one-on-one battles, she's just so fast that she can just take them right there.
Absolutely.
It almost looks identical to what she did not even a few minutes ago, like 40 seconds ago.
Exactly.
And the Lakers are really starting to pile on their lead now. The score is 8-5 with 40 seconds left in the second period.
Junior Isabella Limbo, the second most goal-scoring player for the Lakers here. She will still be around for her final season next year when 5 seniors of today say goodbye.
Quirk on the circle as the ball goes up.
Isabella Lembo. That goal scored unassisted at 14.
Grabbed by Sam Lombardi as she brings it over.
14-20.
Pass it off to Lindsay Gazeka. And Plattsburgh is very vocal. So is the Lakers defense. You can hear everybody yelling out here.
A bit of a double team there by Wiley and Quirk. Again, another shoe tying break.
As we set up for an 8-meter shot, Kamai gets ready. She looks like she's going to... And a beautiful save by Kamai as it bounces off her stick. Sent out of bounds, though, but it's backed up by the Plattsburgh offense. And another whistle blows.
Stoppage with just under 5 seconds left on the clock. Lakers senior day.
Another 8-meter possession, 8-meter shot as they bring this one in. And the shot goes just wide of the cage as we are out of time for the second period. And as the Lakers and Cardinals head back to their benches, what did we see in the second period that we really didn't see that much in the first?
I have to say, the Cardinals came back with a fire under them. Those first few minutes of the second period, they came and they scored, and I think it kind of caught the Lakers by surprise, maybe not quite what they were expecting, but the Lakers, in return, scored back. So we've got a score of 8-5 here going into halftime. A bit more of a competitive game than I think some may have expected. Plattsburgh definitely came hungry, wanting that win. And Lakers, again, have returned that energy. It's their senior day. They want to win, too. They want all their seniors to score. We've got big goals from senior Madison Davis, senior Celia Wiley, and junior Isabella Limbo. Again, with those two crease rolls, 1v1 unassisted goal is just incredible.
Yeah, definitely the Lakers look like they're starting to definitely pick up their pace right now. And with that being said, we are in halftime. The score is 8-5. Lakers are up. You are listening to Kate Salamina and Natalie Barden. This is Oswego Women's Lacrosse on W.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oswego Women's Lacrosse. You are listening on WTOP 10. I'm Natalie Barden, joined by Kate Salamita. We are looking at halftime right now between the Oswego Lakers and the Plattsburgh Cardinals with a score of 8-5. Lakers up by 3. So, Kate, in this halftime, we're looking at a little bit of a more high-scoring game than maybe some would have expected. Take us through this game. What have we seen so far? It's senior day. We've seen a couple senior goals.
Yeah, so obviously Madison Davis has 2 goals on her senior day. Selah Wiley has 3 goals. And that third goal,
that was a goal.
That was Sports Center worthy. Bella Lembo obviously has 2 goals, and we're just seeing a lot more of the back and forth than I thought we were going to see. Just kind of looking at Plattsburgh's most recent games, they've really been getting, I hate to say it, but like blown out, and Oswego has been blowing out all of their competition recently. So I'm kind of surprised to see this close of a game so far.
Absolutely, yeah. Plattsburgh has had, they're climbing back. They're still in this game. This is by no means a blowout game. Lakers have a 3-goal lead. But, looking back at this game so far, we've got Selah Wiley with those 3 incredible goals. We've got a big senior day for her, just scored her 100th goal this past week with a win against Brockport. But Madison Davis, first goal scorer of the game. Another senior on this Oswego team, one of the 5 we have today. And junior Isabella Limbo, of course, with her 2 1v1 goal scoring chances as she took it around the crease. Just textbook incredible each time. Like we said, Kate, it was like we were watching the same goal. It was great.
Yeah, and we can't forget about Julia Quirk's goal as well. She had a beautiful, absolute laser beam to the back of the net. Another beautiful goal by there, just really piling it on as the Lakers.
But going over to Plattsburgh has had some chances as well that they have taken advantage of. Plattsburgh, big goal scorer today,
Cynthia Barkowski, as she has 2 goals so far this game. Emma McLaughlin has 1. Kate Kennedy has 1. And Caitlin Nash also has 1. What I'm surprised to see is their lead goal scorer of the season is, Lindsay Gazeka.
Yeah.
Who we have not seen much offensive action from so far, but Cynthia Bronkowski, 2 goals, no assists yet.
She's
definitely a key player for this Plattsburgh team so far.
Absolutely, and just a first-year player. On senior day for the Lakers, we have a freshman on Plattsburgh making a big impact today with those 2 goals, put it up, adding to the Cardinals' 5 that they have today.
Yes, definitely. And definitely we've seen a lot more back and forth a lot too, just off the circle too. A lot of fighting for the ball, a lot of scrappy ground balls here in this game so far, as we were talking about Oswego putting the pressure on these transitions from Plattsburgh and forcing them to almost like turn over these balls. A lot of ground balls, a lot of scrappy short field passes, just trying to get the ball out of your stick when that pressure is put on, just out of almost desperation to get that ball out of your stick.
I think both teams came to play with a lot of intensity. They've been kind of answering back and forth. Lakers started off with a couple goals and Plattsburgh added a few, and it's been back and forth between the 2 teams, building up to this 8-5 score going into the 3rd period. But like you said, those transitions have been scrappy. Both teams know how important they are, especially for the Cardinals. Like we mentioned, their record compared to the Lakers, not great. Lakers have a SUNY record of 4-1. Meanwhile, the Plattsburgh has a record in the SUNY of 1-4. So for Plattsburgh, a win over the Lakers could be huge for them.
For sure. And just looking at the stats so far, Oswego has 21 shots on goal versus Plattsburgh 12 shots. And as I was talking about the ground balls, Oswego has 12 ground balls this game versus Plattsburgh's 9, along with 10 turnovers from Oswego and 12 turnovers from Plattsburgh as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Leah Neese is the goalie for Plattsburgh, and she's the goalie for Plattsburgh hockey as well.
So she was here for the women's whiteout game this past winter, and she's back again, but this time on the turf. She got out of the Deb. She's outside in the sun. Still in the goal.
Still in the goal.
Still in the goal. Different sport, taking on the Lakers yet again.
Goal.
Still in the goal, but this time not on the ice, on the turf. Outside, beautiful sunny day, probably a nice change from, being inside, freezing. You got the ice, you go outside, freezing January weather, but not today. Today it is beautiful, sunny senior day. She's out there playing with the rest of that Cardinal team.
Definitely.
Getting ready to
Even
continue.
though it's still pretty cold and windy here up until a week ago.
So, okay, what do you think both teams need to do in order to take control of the second half and hopefully come out with a win? Either side. Let's start with the Lakers.
Lakers, I think, are doing a great job offensively and defensively. They've been putting a lot of pressure on the ball, a lot of pressure on the transition, and just working on getting that control. Obviously, Bella Lembo's had some great luck in the second period, working her way and rolling around that crease. So maybe if they could tap into her speed a little bit more, too, to work her way around the crease. Plattsburgh, same thing. They've been doing great on the jobs, on the times when they've been scoring and moving their way around the crease. So if they could tap into that a little bit more, too, because that's mainly where I believe 3 of their 5 goals have come from rolling that crease and taking on that 1-versus-1.
Yeah, agreed. Both teams have had great luck goal scoring today, rolling around the crease. Plattsburgh and Isabella Limbo on the Lakers. Big day for rolling around the crease here at the Laker turf.
Definitely.
If Plattsburgh can keep those bounce shots going.
Definitely. As both teams head back to the field, their positions. Quirk is back on the center, taking the draw against sophomore Caitlin Nash. Wiley and Smith, both on their respective sides of the circle. And the whistle goes, and we are off in the third period of this game as a fight for the ball happens, but Quirk gains possession as she works her way down the field. Quirk to Fierro. And they send it back up top.
We've got this SUNYAC matchup happening at the Laker turf today, but around the SUNYAC, right now Geneseo is up 4-1 against New Paltz. Geneseo is currently ranked 2nd in the SUNYACs.
Yes, the Lakers recently played Geneseo, fell just short after a tough, really competitive match against them. Wiley brings it back up top, looks to find a lane, but loses possession. Scooped up by Rachel Lamar. Handed over to Emma McLaughlin, who one-hands this down the field as she races. And a quick stick over to Lindsay Gazeka, but stopped by Kamide. As Daisy Townsend grabs that and sends it back to Kamide. Kamide takes that in the crease, and she clears it way far out. Senior Kiara McKersher, who races down the field with that one. And takes it over the offensive line. Sends that over to Smith, and she'll head back.
Lakers back in possession here. Again, doing what we've seen them do all game long when they are in possession in the Cardinals' defensive third, creating some movement.
Lembo tries to roll that crease again, but a stick gets caught up with hers as that ball goes down into a ground ball fight. And a whistle blows as Plattsburgh gains possession. And a card, I believe, is going to come out for a stick-to-face contact, it almost looks like. What we saw from here. A yellow card is given out to Bella Lembo, who heads to the penalty box.
Isabella Lembo with 2 big goals for the Lakers in the second period. Off in the penalty box.
And the whistle starts play again as Oswego is now a man down in the third period.
the Cardinals seem to favor taking the ball down the field themselves rather than long passes. It's a strategy that is working for them so far, but like we talked about, as we get deeper into this game, it gets hotter, they get more tired, and they have less of a bench to draw from. That might be a strategy that ends up hurting them.
Definitely. As Plattsburgh cradles this ball behind the cage, just slowing it down. Cynthia Bronkowski, who has scored 2 goals this game, looks to maybe take another one up as she is looking around for someone to cut to. And Russian runs back and stops that one versus one. Beautiful defense there. Quick pass there.
Aggressive
the Oswego defense pushes that one back out as Bronkowski looks to make something happen, but a whistle on the play. For it looks like the refs are signaling a push. Maybe. Couldn't really see that.
Looks
Her
like a
back was
push.
to me. As it looks like Caroline Noah is setting up on the 8-meter hash for her free possession shot. She races in, sticks her up, tries to go for that bouncer again, but Kamide knows what's coming, is all over that. I was saying with those bouncers, she blocks those with her body.
Yet again, another bouncer for the Cardinals, bouncer attempt.
Far clear out for Kamide. As McConnell snags that after it went over, it looked like it was supposed to go to Quirk, but just flew a little bit too far, but McConnell got it. And she races for that 1v1, takes it all the way down, and puts that to the back of the net. Beautiful goal for Shea McConnell.
That big goalie clear from Kamide brought McConnell almost to half field, so then she could just break away, clear past the Cardinal defenders, and put that goal in the net.
Similar to Lembo, McConnell is just such a fast player. She gets down the field so quick. As you can see, she just flies past all those defenders for a one-on-one versus the goalie, and ultimately puts that one in the back of the net as the Lakers extend their lead 9-5.
Big goal for the Lakers. They can create more distance in that score from the Cardinals. Get a little bit more of a comfortable lead here, 4 points up. Much nicer than that 1 point advantage that we saw earlier in the second period.
This Quirk is back on the center of the circle. Throws it up, and it looks like Wiley's going to get a stick on that one.
Laker goal scored by
as Oswego gains possession as it gets flipped back to Quirk as she crosses the offensive line. She'll toss that off to McConnell, but there's a stoppage of play. Not too quick, not too long, as we resume play. Fierro brings that behind the net, while Smith gets pushed around a little bit behind the cage.
Tight defense from the Cardinals. A little bit of a 2v1.
Definitely. As Plattsburgh starts to put a little bit more pressure on behind the cage, especially for Bella Lembo, who has just been so fast at rolling.
Absolutely. Looks like the Cardinals have identified Limbo and, her strategy of rolling the crease. They're looking to stop it, put some more bodies behind the net, try to block her as much as they can.
Wiley takes that, tries to find a lane, passes it back up to Quirk in a stoppage of play. Looks like a flag, maybe. No. As Quirk sets up on the 8-meter for a free possession shot. And she fires, but it's stopped. Scoop back up, though, by Shea McConnell. But blocked once again. Another great save. Leonessi's having a fantastic game as well. Even though the Lakers are still up, we can't not give credit to Leonessi, who has had some fantastic saves this game.
Absolutely. Big saves for the Cardinals. Without her coming in, making those big saves, we could be looking at a much different score. Definitely an essential player for her team today.
Definitely as Plattsburgh gains possession. Erica Dickinson will run this ball up the field into the Cardinals' offensive side, and there's a stoppage of play as she tried to work her way through traffic.
Quite a few stoppages in the past few minutes here.
Definitely. It looks like giving everyone a chance to almost catch their breath, too, in this heat.
Especially with that turf radiating the heat, it's got to be hot out there.
Definitely. Erica Dickinson sets up outside the 12 after the whistle. Sends it off to Caitlin Nash. Caitlin Nash to Emma McLaughlin. Emma McLaughlin looks to take a shot and bounces that one past Kamide.
Looks like yet another bounce shot from the Cardinals.
Definitely another one. Kamide looks a little frustrated with that one. She sets up in her goal, kind of hits the goal with her stick a little bit there.
Let's take another look at this Plattsburgh goal here. Moving outside the 12.
Creating that space on her right side for her defender that gives her that ability to just rip the ball for that bounce shot.
It's a quick goal. Again, maybe not one that Kamai necessarily saw coming, and definitely not one that she was happy about. This is Emma McLaughlin's third goal of the game.
As Quirk sets up in the center, once again getting ready to go for the draw. Sixer up of Plattsburgh gains possession of this ball. Emma McLaughlin takes that one.
Assisted at 5 minutes 38 seconds of the third quarter.
McLaughlin to Gazeka.
At 5:38.
Gazeka tries to work her way through. Isn't able to. Kate Kennedy tries to cut.
Looking for yet another bounce shot.
And a whistle on the play. As everybody starts to move around, we couldn't really see what that exact
Yellow card
call
by the
was.
ref there. Not sure what the call was quite yet. We've got Kate Kennedy on Plattsburgh headed to the penalty box. It's been an aggressive game. It's getting even more aggressive as we go into the second half with 2 cards so far.
definitely as play resumes and Kamide clears that one out to Kersher. Kersher races down the field with that one. Sends that to Kate McNally. McNally. Shea McConnell. Behind the cage to Smith. Smith sends that to Lembo, and Lembo sends that up to the top of the 12. And a ball down, and a fight for the ball. Draws a whistle on the play. Julia Cork was not happy with that whistle, it looked like.
Another whistle here.
Lots of whistles in the past couple of minutes here.
Plattsburgh once again racing it down the field.
This transition, as you can see, they're going to double up and push her back. Push this ball back. As they bring it down the far side of the field, close to the boundary line, which is where it can get tricky, because if you get caught there, you can quickly get stepped out of bounds when that pressure is put on.
Absolutely. It's a tough place to be caught. Got a free ball here.
And a pass, which was not really going to anyone. Is scooped up by Cody. Cody sends that to Townsend. Townsend to Quirk. Quirk's going to send that off to Lembo.
Great
Lembo.
series of connections there by the Lakers.
Definitely. Just way to keep your head up and like see who's on the field and see who's moving around and just knowing where your players and where the ball's got to go.
Yeah, they're making the ball do the work, making those connections, setting it up the field.
Smith will bring that back to the net as Lembo passes it around and it ends up back up top of the 12.
Lakers again, a familiar sight, just creating some movement.
Quirk flips it off to Wiley. Wiley sends it back over to Quirk. Quirk to Wiley. Wiley tries to backhand that. Goes just wide of the goal, but it's backed up by McNally. McNally will bring it back into play. McNally over to Lembo. And Lembo, with her speed, is going to try to roll the crease again, but gets caught up in some traffic and sends it back up to the top of the 12.
I think ever since those 2 goals from Limbo, the Cardinal defense has definitely caught on. Can see them tight to Limbo every time she makes a break for the goal.
Definitely. You just see that defense slide down a little bit.
Do their best to box her out of the 8.
Definitely. She gets a free possession shot, though. Even though you can't try to stop her from rolling the crease, she's going to get that shot off as she makes that 8-meter free position and bounces that into the back of the cage.
Yeah, hey, try to stop her from rolling the crease. Okay, but she'll find another way to score.
If there's a will, there's a way. Lakers offense is happy with that as you look. There, she's just so fast.
Yeah, very quick, maybe one cradle off the whistle and into the back of the net. And I think that's key off of those free shots.
It's just getting that first step in is huge.
Don't take too much time. Don't let the defense catch up to you.
Especially off of that. That's a tough corner because you have someone directly next to you and then you have 2 girls right there. And since it's a corner, it's just so much easier to just come in faster. But she's just so quick.
Absolutely.
Quirk on the draw circle again. So we have just under 6 minutes left in the third period. The score is Lakers 10, Plattsburgh 6. Plattsburgh gains possession as McLaughlin races down the field.
Wiley. That goal scored unassisted at 9 minutes 2 seconds of the third quarter.
McLaughlin
Wiley unassisted at 9:02.
cradles it around the 12, slowing it down a little bit. As Caroline Noah gets it and flips it off to Nikki Sakosa. Sakosa to Kaseki, it looks like. Back to McLaughlin. Just a lot of quick flip plays here, getting set up. A lot of passing around. Once again, the pressure, though. Whistle on the ball.
And those whistles are getting some use in this second half.
Definitely, as Noah sets up on the 12. As a pick was set.
Big save from
Try to
Kamide
get some
there.
space, and Kamide has a big save there as that goes right into her stick. She passes that off to McCurshall. McCurshall tries to get checked, but she maintains control of that. She sees McNally in the middle of the field. McNally to Wiley. Wiley's going to see Lembo, and Lembo with a quick stick there to the back of the net as she goes down after some contact.
Went down, but she's back up, it looks like.
And that is just textbook lacrosse right there. The transition.
That
middle of the
transition.
field to your offense. Then you have the cutter. Right to the cutter, right to the net.
All
and
of
that's
that.
exactly what happened. Just beautiful how Lembo cut in from the bottom of the cage.
Fell down
was
there,
able to get
but-
that goal out.
Yeah, got back up. And it all started with Kamide.
From
that goalie
beautiful
clear.
transition.
That
As we
series
were
of
saying,
connections,
too.
yeah.
When you don't run that ball up the field, you're able to get those transitions and those passes like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Be a little bit quicker rather than just sprinting the ball up the field like the Cardinals have been trying to do.
Now what's happening here is possession as Plattsburgh is just almost looking to stop her on the transition instead of taking this clear. Slow things down.
Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 25 seconds of the third quarter.
As Wiley has that up top.
At 10:25.
Passes it around.
Lakers at a much more comfortable lead here, 11-6. Starting
As
to
Lembo
create-
rolls the crease once again for another goal. She's on fire this game.
Isabella Limbo, I believe that was her 5th goal of this game. The junior standout of today's senior day game.
Her goals, the goals that she's not had other than the free position shot have come by rolling that crease. And once again, I keep going back to the speed, but she's just able to beat her defender every time. And, if it's not broken,
Don't fix
don't
it.
fix it.
And it is not broken.
It's not broken. It's working just fine for her. She's doing a great job.
That speed is definitely a huge component of why that move works for her. Even if the defense tries to stop it, they might know that it's probably coming, but that speed is hard to stop.
Her 4th goal of the game as she's now crept up into the top score, tied with Selah Wiley here after her dominant past period and a half here, as there are just over 4 minutes left in the 3rd period.
Laker goal scored by number 2, Isabella Lembo. That goal scored unassisted at 10 minutes, 50 seconds of the 3rd quarter.
6-point lead for the Lakers here, just under 4 minutes left in period 3.
Noelle Smith goes for that ground ball and gets tangled up and trips a little bit, but after the whistle, she will get possession back as it goes over to McConnell. McConnell up to Wiley, over to McNally on the top. Freshman Lex Hill makes her first appearance in this game. Quick stick pass from Lembo. Just goes a little bit high. As Emma McLaughlin takes this one all the way down the field by herself. As Plattsburgh looks to set it up.
The roll.
The roll. She looks for that bounce shot again. Goes just wide, but Kamai was ready for that. She stepped. She was all ready to be all over that bouncer again.
She was ready. I think she's started to see the pattern here. Maybe expect a bounce shot.
Definitely expect, especially from those crease rollers. It's Plattsburgh slowing this one down as they pass it up around the 12. As it looks like they're trying to make something happen behind the cage with some cutters.
Moving into the 8th here.
And McLaughlin looks to make something happen on the cut. Shea McConnell gets a hold of the ball, has to run through some sticks. Let's resume play and a whistle.
Looks like a push from Plattsburgh there.
Quick whistle though. Quirk grabs that one and brings it down the field herself. And she's running full speed ahead to Lembo. Lembo sends it back out. And Quirk takes it at the top of the 12. Over to McNally. Over to Hill. As they just pass this one around. Behind the page, just playing a little bit of catch, trying to figure out. And Lembo tries to create some space to get a shot off. Isn't able to, and Plattsburgh snags that ground ball and brings it down the field.
And while we have you, WTOP 10 Nightly News is a newscast for students by students. It's the best place to stay up to date on the news, weather, and sports that matter to you most. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays on 9 p.m. right here on WTOP 10.
We have a shout out to our EP of news.
I might be biased.
Who's in the box with me as well, Natalie. She does it all, sports and news. As a shot from Plattsburgh just goes right behind the net. Cynthia Barkowski carries this one, looks to make something happen, but McKersher's all over it. As she tosses that one into the back of the net, giving Sarah Kamide a quick scoop up. Kamide sends that to senior Kiara. Kiara sends that right back over to Kamide.
Kamide taking her space here like we've seen her do a couple times in this game already. Up near the 12.
And as the clock runs out on the third period, Kamide will hold on to it as we head into the final 15 minutes.
Final period of the game. Got a little bit of a break here. About a minute and a half on the clock.
What do we expect? What are you expecting to see?
I'm expecting to see the Lakers maybe continue to expand on this lead. I think this was a big period for them. They ended up in a much more comfortable place to be with a 6-point lead, lots of goals, big scoring happening. Maybe going into this next period, now that they're at good spots, not maybe a 1 or 2 point lead, we've got 6 points ahead, maybe get some more seniors involved, try to get some more senior goals. Although lots of seniors have scored already today. What about you, Kate?
Definitely. I mean, I keep thinking about that beautiful transition into the goal from Kamide's clear all the way down to Sela Wiley's pass to Bella Lembo for that beautiful goal. And that's just classic textbook lacrosse right there. That's exactly what you want to see. Quick goals like that, putting that quick goal on the board.
Absolutely. That's the kind of full field connection that I think every lacrosse coach dreams about.
And in this break here, we do see Kamide in her net just working on those bouncing passes, because that seems
to be the theme of the day, especially for the Cardinals.
Seems to be their go-to right now as they roll that crease. And I keep going back to it and saying it, but those bounce shots are just so unpredictable.
Absolutely. They're tough. Even a great goalie like Kamide. I mean, going into this game, she had 70 saves this season and ranked number 15 in D3. You know, she's a strong goalie, but even those bounce shots can trip her up. It's just so hard to predict where they're going to be going.
Oh, I remember back in my lacrosse days when I played goalie once.
You played goalie once?
Once. Once and never again, because I couldn't do those bouncers.
It's tough, and I mean, you've got people running at you, trying to get all around you. They can hit you. I don't know. Props to Kamide, because it's not for me, but
it's not for me either. Number 2, Bella Lembo just got her 100th career point today too. So big
day.
Moves. Senior day. Sela Wiley got 100. Bella Lembo just got her 100th. An exciting day for Lakers. An exciting final wrap up.
Yeah, that's big. That is a big milestone for any player. Lembo is a junior. Lots of big goals from her this game. Very exciting milestone, especially coming off of Wiley just hitting her 100th goal in the Lakers' previous matchup against Brockport.
Congratulations. It's so exciting.
Got 4 goals from Lembo today. 12-6 lead for the Lakers going into this final period of play.
There she is. 100 goals. Big milestone.
Joins senior Sela Wiley with that accomplishment.
As the Lakers head back onto the field for the final 15 minutes.
See, the goalkeepers have switched sides. Kamide down at the opposite end.
As Plattsburgh takes their time walking back onto the field after a long chat during the break for them.
Yeah, lots of big saves for both goalkeepers today.
Definitely. Even though the Lakers are up still, cannot sell Leo Nessie short on her fantastic game today.
Absolutely.
The draw is off.
Aggression off the draw there.
Wiley gains control of that one. It's checked out, but Wiley will gain possession of it again. She tosses that over to Quirk. When you have a lead by 6 in the final period of the game, I think what they're probably going to try to do now is exactly what they're doing now, is just run the clock.
Absolutely.
And run your shot clock down and take your time.
Yeah, they saw earlier in this matchup that, Plattsburgh, they've got it in them. They had a very close game earlier, I think, in the second period. So they know that. Oh.
And a beautiful quick stick from Wiley to Quirk, as Quirk sends that one to the back of the net. Quirk's, I believe, second goal of the game today, with a beautiful assist there. And just like we were saying earlier, take the time now and run that clock down now.
Absolutely,
They're
yeah.
ahead by 7.
Now 7.
They
less
can
than
really
a minute.
take their time.
Yeah, less than a minute into play. She got that next goal in, adding another point to that lead, getting in a very comfortable place to be in this last period.
Definitely, as Quirk sets up again. Quirk has been fantastic on the draw controls today.
For sure.
And the speed from Smith and Wiley to get those balls that are flying different directions as well. apologies, the assist from Wiley and the goal from Quirk.
Laker goal scored by number 13, Julia Quirk. Assist to number 5, Sheila Wiley.
As Lakers gain possession off the draw. And just pass it around again. Now we're seeing Plattsburgh defense maybe put a little bit more pressure now instead of sitting back more, as they hope to cause some turnovers to get back into this game a little bit.
Lots of assists from Wiley today.
She shoots, she scores, she assists, she gets the draw controls. She does it all. As Caitlin Nash brings that ball down and sets it up as she passes it off for the Plattsburgh Cardinals to slow this one down and pass it around the crease. Or the 12, excuse me. And McLaughlin takes this one and tries to get a little one-on-one battle. Shoots it. But it's stopped by Kamide into her stick as she gets ready to clear it out.
Kamide again taking her space like we've seen her do quite a few times throughout this matchup.
She takes her time and she really looks for that good clear. She sees it all the way out to Sadie Zemanek. Almost at the half field line. These far creases. Clears, excuse me. As Zemanek sends it over to Davis. And it goes behind the cage. For
Lakers
another
back.
slow passing and setup.
Yeah, back in possession.
McConnell runs around the crease, sends it back to Davis.
Looks like they're lining up for some kind of play.
Definitely a lot of cutting going on right now. And Davis with the little spin move gets her defender on her other shoulder, creates some space, and is able to put that one into the back of the net.
Another goal for senior Madison Davis today on her senior day. Sunny senior day, another goal.
Her fourth of the game.
Fourth of the game.
Right up there with Bella Lembo and Sheila Wiley.
It's a great way to celebrate your senior day. 4 goals.
And with 12 minutes left, just kind of looking at the score now from the first period of this game, this Lakers team has just really put their foot on the gas pedal and now has just completely accelerated.
Absolutely. This is the Laker team that we are used to seeing. I think maybe in the start of the game, Cardinals came out a bit hotter than they were expecting, but Lakers are back in control. Wide lead as we go through. We have 12 minutes on the clock for this last period.
That goal scored unassisted.
Plattsburgh gains possession of the ball.
Davis unassisted at 2:55.
As Nash tries to get another bouncer off, but that bouncer goes high of the goal and bounces out of bounds, but is backed up by Plattsburgh.
These bounce shots. It's like deja vu.
Plattsburgh sets up to look for cutters here. As Barnkowski takes it around. Almost looked like she wanted to try to roll around the crease that one, but wasn't able to.
That would have been more deja vu.
McKershaw follows her all the way to the other side of the 12. As it's sent to Kate Kennedy, and Kate Kennedy runs that ball. Sends it over. Some quick passes. And a beautiful save by Kamide as she gets a stick on that, and it bounces behind the net.
Kamide, only a sophomore, making these big saves. Like we said, going into this game, 70 saves this season. Only in her second year here at Oswego.
Plattsburgh star of this game, Bronkowski, sets up for an 8-meter shot, but a beautiful defense by Julia Quirk, who gets her stick out in front of her. It doesn't allow Bronkowski to foul through on that shot, which sends it wide of the net. As Rushing grabs that ball and takes it halfway down the field and passes it off to Maria, who will pass it off to senior Davis. Davis passes it off to Smith. Back to Davis. Up top to McNally, to Quirk. Back to their captain, Wiley. As Wiley brings that in, looks to get a shot but isn't able to really foul through on that one. It soars wide, but it's backed up by Bella Lembo, who we know is dangerous behind the net. And as they set up that ISO, that defense, Plattsburgh defense, is quick to double team on her to make sure she's not able to roll that crease again. As soon as they saw that ISO coming,
They identified that play.
that defender came right down from the top of the 12 to get all over that.
Another short.
Nessie short clears that one. Caroline Noah one-hand cradles that. She takes it the rest of the length of the field. Slowing it down is a little bit of a scruffle for the ball right outside of the crease. So nobody really got possession, but a whistle is blown.
Back to Kamide.
Back to Kamide. Kamide will clear that out as McNally gains possession and takes it down.
It's been a long game. It's okay, Kate.
It's been a long day. It's been a lot of talking. And Wiley scoops that one up outside of the 12 and will pass it to slow things down again. Davis will cradle that one and bring it to the lower line. As the Lakers just slow things down and work the ball around the 12. Wiley sees the stick of McNally, and McNally puts it in the back of the net. Beautiful assist by Wiley.
Yeah, great look. Saw McNally open. McNally very quick snagged the ball over the goalie's head, into the net.
McNally had her stick up high, and she was right there. Turned, got that defender on her other side, and was able to quickly put that one to the back of the net. Beautiful goal.
Wonderful look by Wiley, too. To be able to see McNally in that moment where she was open, got it to her real quick, and McNally got it in the net.
Yeah, what a great athlete McNally is. She's not only an active player on lacrosse, but also a fantastic field hockey player, as we were saying earlier, a starter.
Dual sport athlete.
Go
She
Kate.
sounds like a busy woman.
We are back on the draw circle as Davis switches it up and takes this draw instead of Quirk. Plattsburgh gets possession after that one after some trip-ups happened.
Kicker goal scored by number 21, Kate McNally.
Janie Adams takes this one from Plattsburgh and will work it over the offensive line.
Minutes 34 seconds of the
Got a quick whistle there, but play continues.
Janie Adams. The ball is behind the cage. Looks like almost trying to get a roll the crease a little bit. Isn't able to do that.
A familiar sight today on this senior day game.
It's almost an ISO here. They will work that. Gets double teamed though. Great job by the Oswego defense noticing that was happening and to slide another defender over.
Yeah, nice
Stop
double
that
team.
happening. And as we were saying earlier, Plattsburgh team definitely falls under the pressure too. As you could see there, as soon as that other defender slid, she got that ball out of her stick quick, and that's exactly what we want to see. Rakowski, who has been the superstar for this Plattsburgh team so far, tries to make something work there but isn't able to get past that defense. And with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left, Kamai gets the ball back in her goalie stick as she takes her time.
Short clear
and a
there.
quick clear out to the senior Daisy Townsend, who takes this ball all the way to the offensive line herself.
Lots of room
and
to
sends
run
it
there.
out too. It looks like Katie Farah on that one. Turnover though, as Plattsburgh gains possession of the ball back. As Barnkowski takes that the length herself, fires that off for the bouncer, isn't able to get it. Quick ground ball, and as Maddie Garcia tries to put that ball back in, but Kamai blocks that with her stick.
Quick clear.
Reflexes from Kamai to be able to stop that bouncer and then get her stick right back up as Kira Mikulski, the senior, takes that one down the field. Not McKersher.
About 5.5 minutes left in this game today. Beautiful senior day game for the Lakers versus the Cardinals. Lakers in possession, again, doing what we've seen them do all game. They're in control, going at their own speed. No need to rush. They've got a hefty lead right now, 15-6. Be nice to get some more goals in, but they don't have to.
With just over 5 minutes now, the Lakers are starting to take their time on their possessions and just run out the shot clock. As Wiley gets a stick and she does some fancy footwork to gain some space. In the top left
shelf
corner of the net, Seal Wiley finds her way to the back of the net once again. After just some great footwork there.
Absolutely, great
and some
footwork.
Great stick work.
Great stick work, creating that distance between her defender, taking it in fast, a little bit of a 1v1 spin there.
She gets that defender's stick to the right side of her body and then does that quick spin move over.
We're seeing a goalkeeper switch here following that goal from Wiley. We're subbing out Kamide for Nicole Aaron, freshman player on the team.
What a game by Sarah Kamide, too.
Yeah.
She played fantastic. She's a fantastic goalie, obviously. Her numbers don't lie. She's ranked number 15 in all of D3 lacrosse, and her reflexes and her ability to stay calm under the pressure even after all those bouncing shots. A fantastic game.
Absolutely, and now that we've got that 10-point lead from the Lakers, we now have a running clock throughout the end of the game as long as that lead is maintained. So the clock will not stop for stoppages like it has been throughout the game. We've got that 10-point lead.
We were saying earlier, too, Oswego has just been on this streak of blowing some of their competitors out of the water with these huge leads by 10 or more.
Absolutely.
And even though this game started out pretty close, this defense and Sarah Kamide and the Oswego offense has just been able to put a complete halt to Plattsburgh's offensive run.
Absolutely, and with that last goal there from Sela Wiley, that brings her to 5 goals in this contest and 5 assists. So we were saying earlier, we've got those. She's a great goal scorer, obviously, team's leading goal scorer, but she also knows how to assist, and she's got a good 5 and 5 going in this game. Great way to show out for her senior day.
Definitely. And it's looking like there's going to be a quick player swap out here in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Got Maria Buscaglia going out, swapping for Giselle Sweeney.
Plattsburgh works their way around right now. Getting caught up a little bit as they bring it to the top of the 12. Slowing things down a little bit, hoping to maybe get 1 or 2 more goals. Beautiful save by the new freshman goalie, Nicole Nair. As she slides her way in for the last few minutes of this game. Erin Cody gets a stick on and passes that off to Julia Quirk, as Julia Quirk takes it down to the offensive side herself. Quirk to the freshman, Ava Tumanero, getting her first few minutes of the game today.
Just under 2 minutes on the clock here as we approach the end of this Laker senior day.
Wiley brings it up on top. Wiley's cradling it around a little bit, looking for some action. Sends it over between some people. Some quick passes. With 1:26 left. Quirk will head off the field after her fantastic game. She did a fantastic job on draw controls and draw possessions. And with those draw controls, setting Oswego up for success there.
Absolutely. Winning those draws makes all the difference, whether you're dominating the game or not. And Quirk made that difference today.
She had 2 goals for the game. She had 2 goals in today's game as well. And a long stoppage of play here. As the players on the field almost get to, once again, catch their breath in this hot weather during these long pauses. Ref talks to the senior and this captain of this Oswego women's lacrosse team, Selah Wiley, as freshman Lex Hill takes the ball and she goes down after working her way through some traffic.
Back on her feet and back in possession of the ball, lined up on the 8-meter line.
And as we hit the final minute of today's game, Hill, the freshman, sets up on the 8-meter line. And she gets her goal of the game after her 8-meter line. After
Their 8-meter.
her 8-meter shot. Best of my words on that. Her first of the game. And with 32 seconds left, the Lakers will head back to the draw circle
Laker goal scored.
one last time.
Wonderful way for freshman Alexis Hill to make an impact on this game. You can tell her team was very excited for her when she made that goal. Nice shifty little move there. Couple of cradles. And top right corner.
And with 5 seconds left on the clock, Lex Hill will grab the ball and hand it back to Selah Wiley on her final game on Laker turf as a senior.
Big senior day victory for this Laker team. We've got 5 seniors on this team today. Let's take a look back at this game. The whole team did, but especially those seniors. We've got Madison Davis, a senior,
With 3 goals.
Davis with 2. No, with 3. My
3
apologies.
Selah Wiley with 5 goals. The junior, Bella Lumbo, with 4 goals. And Quirk with 2 goals today.
The big team effort today to get that 17-6 win on senior day.
Definitely a super impressive win.
And a beautiful day for it. We got a sunny senior day, big win. And it's not even 2 p.m. Plenty of time for these girls to celebrate that win, enjoy the rest of this gorgeous day.
Definitely. And enjoy their senior day with their seniors.
With their seniors, all 5 of them.
There's a lot of them.
It will definitely, they will be missed on this team next year. But they made a great impact this past season, and especially today. I mean, the Lakers, we've got 33 shots on goal with 12 Laker saves and 18 ground balls.
Top scorers for today's game on Oswego Lakers, the senior, the captain, Selah Wiley with 5 goals. Just a fantastic player. Every year she's done amazing. And of course, on Plattsburgh, let's look at the final stats for today's game is 28 shots for Plattsburgh, 33 shots for the Lakers, 10 saves for the Plattsburgh versus Oswego State's 12 saves, 17 ground balls from Plattsburgh, and 18 ground balls from the Lakers. And I mean, even though those numbers are pretty similar, when you look at the actual game, final score itself, 6-17, it's clear to see that Oswego is just an incredibly dominant team.
Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, taking a look back at some of the players who made big impacts in this game, obviously a big standout for the Oswego Lakers. We've got senior Selah Wiley, but for Plattsburgh, we've got Cynthia Bernotsky, big star for Plattsburgh of this game today.
Definitely. Her ability to just roll the crease and get that ball on the back of the net, even though she didn't have the outcome that she wanted with her team today, her as a player and an individual herself had a fantastic game, and you could tell she really put everything out there for Plattsburgh today.
Absolutely. She put up a great individual performance. And senior Selah Wiley, obviously, as we mentioned, we've got those 5 goals, 5 assists, with Cynthia with her 2 goals and 7 shots on goal. Great numbers for both of them. 2 standout players for both teams here at the Laker turf today. Senior Selah Wiley, one of the 5 on the Oswego State Lakers. And Barnotsky, a first-year player.
I was about to say, we need to talk about how she's only a first-year player, and she's already making, from what it looked like today, a big impact.
Absolutely. She's
on this team.
A bright future ahead of her. Only a first-year player compared to, you know, the star of the game compared to the Lakers, you know, senior star of the game. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and also Bella Lembo, who had her 100th goal of the game today, too. How exciting.
That is big. Congrats to Bella Lembo. Big accomplishment today.
Yeah, she joins her captain, senior Selah Wiley, in the 100-goal club.
But let's take a quick look at what's happening around the SUNY today. We had this SUNY matchup, Plattsburgh versus Oswego. But we also had Geneseo with a win against New Paltz. 11-2 is the final score. Big, dominant match for Geneseo. Kate, what do you think, you know, these results today mean for standings and especially for the Oswego Lakers here today?
Well, definitely this Geneseo and Oswego are 2 of the 3 teams in the top 3 for women's lacrosse SUNY with Cortland in that mix as well. Oswego fell short to Geneseo in their game a few games ago. But other than that,
big implications for both teams today in the SUNY. Thank you for joining us today on WTOP 10. I'm Natalie Barden.
And I'm Kate Salamita.
Now let's take a look at this Senior Day ceremony.
Yes.
So excited. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to take a few minutes to introduce our seniors and recognize their contributions to the Laker lacrosse program. Our first senior is number 16, Madison Davis. A Whitesboro native, is a 2-year participant of the lacrosse program. She's played and started in 24 games in her career, notching a total of 83 points, including 44 goals and 41 assists. The senior attacker earned 13 All-SUNY in 2022. Let's hear it for number 16, Madison Davis. Next up is number 12, Shay McConnell. Seneca Falls native, is a 3-year member of the lacrosse program. McConnell has played and started in 38 games for the Lakers. In those 38 games, she has totaled 96 points, including 82 goals and 14 assists. Shay earned IWLCA Academic Honor Roll selection in the 2022 season, along with all-conference selection in the 2021 season. Let's hear it for number 12, Shay McConnell. Next up is number 15, Kiara McKercher. The native is a 4-year member of the lacrosse program. McKercher has played in 40 games in her career, starting in 37. On defense, McKercher has 39 ground balls and 20 caused turnovers and 3 goals in her career. Let's hear it for number 15, Kiara McKercher. Next up is number 7, Daisy Townsend. The Auburn native is a 3-year member of the lacrosse team. Townsend has played in 30 games for the Lakers, starting in 26. In her career, she has collected 28 ground balls and racked up 17 total caused turnovers. This season, Townsend has a 4-to-1 turnover to caused turnover ratio. Let's hear it for number 7, Daisy Townsend. And our final senior is number 5, Sela Wiley. A Cheshire, Connecticut native, is a 4-year member of the lacrosse program. Wiley has played and started in 42 games for the Lakers. In those 42 games, Wiley has 168 points, including 107 goals and 61 assists. Wiley has collected 174 ground balls, caused 81 turnovers, and 223 draw controls. The captain currently leads the SUNY in points with 72. She has earned second-team All-Conference in the season of 2021, first-team All-Conference in 2022, also 2022 IWLCA second-team All-Region, 2022 IWLCA All-Academic Team. She has also been named SUNY Offensive and Defensive Athlete of the Week multiple times, and the Oswego State Athlete of the Month for performances in the month of March. Let's hear it for number 5, Sela Wiley. Congratulations to all our seniors, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for the Oswego State Women's Lacrosse Class of 2023.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Rick.